Hey everybody, welcome back. First off, thanks for stopping by and watching the video with me today. So I've been getting a lot of questions. Most people know now I've completed the game. I'm 91.5 hours in, and they want to know, do I think the game is balanced? Is XP worth farming at night time? And and then some general sort of thoughts. So I've got a few answers for that. I'll begin with, I love the game. I do. I've praised Techland in my review for it, but is the game balanced? In short and simple answer, no, it's not. I'll begin with variety of choice when it comes to weapons. So we all know that you can find weapons out in the open, or you can find blueprints and craft them, right? The problem is nearly everything that you want to upgrade requires blades, and blades are very rare to get, and it requires too many to upgrade anything. But then you've got the same problem with bullets. If you want to buy, for example, a bullet, one bullet is 160 coins. So you've got to kill, what, 10, 15 zombies to get one bullet. But then if you want 12 bullets, it's nearly 2,000 coins. How many zombies do you have to kill to get that many coins just to get 12 bullets? Right? So now we'll go to the crafting table. Staying on the resources at the moment. So here we go, resources. If I want to craft an exploding knife, I need wiring, which is the main commodity for most of the stuff that you will upgrade is wiring. When you want to upgrade your weapons, most of it requires wiring. I've got a beaver stick here that needs wiring. Don't know why a stick needs wiring, but there you go. When you upgrade, you need wiring. When you craft, you need wiring. There's not enough wiring in the game, Techland. There's just simply not enough. So either what you need to do is drop the amount of wiring we need to upgrade or craft, or you need to put more wiring in the game, please. If you want your players to keep playing the game for a longer period of time, you need to give them the incentive to do so, right? And that's just touching on wiring. In general, crafting as a whole is vastly too expensive, like vastly too expensive. To craft one sword, you need 15 wiring, 12 leather, 12 blades, and 35 scraps. Come on, Techland, you need to do something with that. Remember, this is meant to be a standalone game that began as a DLC, so you need to give players reasons to keep playing after the game. And the reason I say that is the game is short. It's a small map, right? And our maximum level is 15. So once most people have completed this game, which you can do in a couple of days, and they've hit max level, because there isn't anything else to farm, there's no hidden missions anywhere, because most of the map is locked off with this dark area, people will get bored, people will leave. So please, Techland, give them a reason to stay. Do something with the upgrading cost and the amount of blades that can be found in the open world, because, yeah, that's not cool. Secondly, I want to move on to the nighttime XP. Is it worth it? And the answer is no, for two reasons. Number one, as I just said, there actually are only 15 levels in the game, unlike Dying Light 1, where we had 250 legendary levels, and then we had good, decent levels before that. This doesn't have it. And the main problem with the nighttime is the volatiles. They are busted, right? They are super tanky, more tanky than any enemy in the game, more than any boss in the game. They're super broken tanky. And the reason that becomes an issue is because you do have limited resources. We've just touched on that with the crafting. So if you've only got a handful of bullets, you are not taking out 10 volatiles, which is the general number that come running after you when you get into a chase. So the next tip for Techland, the next ask even, is please do something with the volatiles. You've made them too tanky and you've made them group up too quick, right? You don't need 10 volatiles on your back within 5 seconds of being spotted. You don't need that. That doesn't make the game scary. It makes it frustrating. Remember back to Dying Light 1, Techland? Your volatiles were terrifying, and it wasn't because they were super tanky. The reason it was terrifying is because of the way they looked. The blood dripping from them. The scream. You know, it was the aesthetic that made volatile scary. And then yes, when they start hitting you, it was terrifying. Of course it was. But you didn't have 10 volatiles jumping on you in 5 seconds, Techland. We didn't have that. So yes, that's the two tips that I would give to Techland is please do something with the crafting. It's way too expensive and there's not enough materials found in the world for people to be able to craft. And the second is you've got to do something with the volatiles, Techland. You've overpowered them. You've made them too tanky. You've given them too much HP, too many hit points. You've got to do something with them because people are already getting frustrated with the volatiles. There's videos all over YouTube where people are frustrated. They don't drop enough to justify fighting them. Do you know what I mean? Like, you beat a volatile, it'll drop coins. Okay, cool. But why can't it drop a reward? Why can't it drop a weapon that's based on your level? So if you're low level, you get a blue weapon or a common weapon. You hit, say, level 10, you're getting purple weapons. When you're maxed out level 15, every now and again, a volatile should drop a legendary weapon and at least justify the amount of resource we're burning through to fight these stupid things. So my advice at the moment to anybody is no, don't go out farming at night time because it really, really genuinely is not worth it. You can get just as much XP during the daytime by just grouping up a bunch of zombies and then just destroy them with molotovs, and you'll still get the same XP. But you won't have the hassle of dealing with the volatiles. So no, I understand why Techland did what they did. They were trying to make the game scary, but they made the same mistake in Dying Light 2. They tried to make it more action focused, and I think people thought that was scary. It isn't. Techland needs to remember, scary doesn't mean action. Scary is scary, which means sounds, sight. What do they look like? How does it feel when you're being chased? It's not about numbers or stuff going on all over the screen. That's completely immersion breaking. So that's it, guys. They're the questions that I was asked about balancing of the game and whether I think it's actually fair at the moment. And the answer is no, I don't. The last thing that I wanted to quickly touch on, I have touched on before, but it's this area of the map. Now, Techland started this as a DLC and then said, no, the game's too big. We need to make it standalone. Yeah, the game isn't actually that big. You can run across it in like 5 minutes. That to me is not big. But the problem is there is a lot of cut content in the map. Now, if we had the whole map to look through, fine. But if I, for example, go to this number 7, I've got trucks down there. So why can't I go down there? You've got caves, you've got buildings, you can see them here, you've got buildings on the map. There is stuff to explore that was not added. What happened, Techland? You had 3 years to work on this where you said it became too big, and that's why you charged us £70. So in that 3 years, could you not add this little part of the map? I mean, I don't understand. Either you're going to unlock it later on with the DLC, or it's just cut content. And to be fair, Techland, that's kind of mismarketing because a lot of your trailers and videos showed this map in its entirety. It didn't show cut off areas. So that's kind of naughty of you, to be honest, and you need to address that at some point. Because when you start selling a game and showing a map as a whole, and then on full release, you're cutting off 30% of that map, that's not what you promised, right? But that said, I do love Techland, the company, and I'm not being critical for negative reasons. I want Techland to do really well. I obviously want to see another Dying Light game, as we all do. I also want to see sales number for this pass so well that Techland have no financial struggles when it comes to making content for this game in the future either. Techland are one of the better companies out there. Everyone, believe me, they really are. And yes, they keep making mistakes along the way, but with guidance, with help from the community, they can fix everything. They really can. They do listen. That said, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Again, I hope this helps, and I will catch you on Aliens Rogue Incursion in a few days' time. Take care of yourselves all. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.